Everyone good?
Yes, mate.
Okie dokie. See you in the soup.
Okie dokie.
So Ben, it's got me feeling this song, you know. I've got music in me, and I've written this little bit of a song. Do you want to hear it? Alright. Doom driving, it's the whiz. You let down your tires and it gives you jizz.
I'm sure the GoPro is going to flatten all this out, but the suspension is definitely working hard and long, all day long. You can use these edges of the tyre tracks, as in car tyre tracks, as a bit of a berm on the bike, which is really good. Yeah, but she's pretty lumpy in spots. Work it, work it. Yeah, if you find that pace where you just glide over the top of things, it's so much more easy on the body. Sometimes you've just got to back it off, like here. You'll just shake the shit out of the machine. Oh, have a look at this. Have a look at that. Got a bit too much front brake then. Have a look at that. Oh, it's a workout. Just arrived at Camp 9. I'll take this little opportunity to have a bit of a break, go over the bike. Chain might need a little bit of adjustment tonight. Everything else is doing well. The suspension is certainly getting its full travel of use, but so far we're doing really well. We've done about 92 k's today, and it does take quite an effort, especially in the cars. You can't go that quick at all.
I can just pull that off and it'll be out the way.
Well, it's pretty hard on stuff in here.
Well, certainly on sway bars, yeah.
Yeah.
And to take it off, and look, it's nice to have a sway bar in these conditions because you do a lot of swaying, you know what I mean? But it's not the absolute vital thing. It'll give you more articulation, won't it?
There's always a positive. Just a torsion bar on one side, the bush or the bolt's gone and the bush has fallen out. So we just disconnected the torsion bar, which is no big deal at this stage. It's certainly not a deal breaker.
So another cross axle one on the east side, the downhill side. Thank you.
So I'm just going to follow up the guides for a little while. No point getting too far in front if we get more vehicle issues. I don't think we will. Don's onto it. Won't hurt me to back off for a little bit. Yeah, when you've got to sort of carry the amount of fuel you need for these sort of trips, makes your vehicles very heavy. And Don knows his vehicle's like the back of his hand. And you can take all the precautions in the world, but there's always going to be something that goes wrong. And so far, I've only had a couple of bolts come loose in my front mudguard. Benny's been travelling pretty good. If that's all we have that goes wrong, we can deal with that.
You got to go slow with it. So much sideways wobble, and you hit him too hard, it's just going to tear something.
Nah, you just go at your pace, mate. If you need to slow down, slow down. I'm happy to do it. The only thing that'll push me is if I have to get a bit more airflow through my radiator.
Alright, no worries, mate.
It's getting a bit softer. I'll go past you, Don.
No worries.
Thank you. I'll go and film Leigh and Ben for a while, annoy them. How are you, gentlemen?
What are you doing? You wanting to round us up?
Nah, I'm happy to sit behind and just film for a while. It gives a different perspective at least. And I've just got to critique Lethal's driving skills here. Lovely gear change.
Get into me. Did you get that?
When we get down the bottom, I'll go past you.
No worries, mate. There you go, can you get around there?
Thank you.
No worries.
Oh, what's this? Here we go. Camp 10 it is. There you go. If we're going to do it, we'll have to make a decision quick.
How far's that? 10 k's?
Yeah, but we're
Probably.
doing 10
So
k's
half
an
an hour.
Change of plans. We've decided to go on a little bit further. Won't matter if we're going into the dark. Try and get to, apparently there's a half decent spot between Camp 11 and Camp 12. Now Camp 10 and 11 are very close together. So probably about 10 k's, which is probably going to be best part of half an hour to an hour. And then we'll hopefully find this spot to camp for the night. Time to mount up and catch up. I just give the headlight a bit of a clean. Hopefully I won't need to use it for too long. Either way, it's all part of the adventure. So let's do it. Shadows certainly make it a bit harder to pick the ruts, so I'll just back it off. And love these berms though. Thank you very much, four-wheel drives. Not so. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, that's the first time I've gone right off. Now I just got to get back up there. Come on, baby. Oh, don't do it now. Get a bit of run up. Bit of a run up. That's it, girl. Good girl. Oh well, that's my first misguided adventure. Should be standing for that, but that's alright. I'll just sit down and be a lazy ass. Might go past Don and Jenny down here. Shadows have passed long. They're virtually covering the whole ground now, which is still pretty good. You can see what you need to see. This will do us. I guarantee they'll be happy enough with this. Perfect timing. Sun's going down. I'll just wait over here. I'll just check the other side, but from what I'm looking at, that looks the better side. Oh, don't drop it, Steve. Don't drop it. You can get this. You can do this. You can do this. Pick it up. Pick it up. Yet to drop it. When you get tired, you get weak. Yep, I'm just about spent. Big day, buddy.
Beautiful day.
Maybe we should work. But yeah, like.
Cooler mornings.
It is. Did you say you had ice on your seat?
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
I went commando in the tent last night. A little bit of moisture. It'll soon dry out. I don't know how these guys. How did they do 20 k's a day? That's a fair effort. I'm talking about the original in the camels.
Oh.
I'm not talking about you walking.
No, 20 k's is a long way.
So we did 110 k's yesterday.
Yeah, but we had a track to follow.
But that took us about 9 hours. Oh, I'll have something for breakfast.
My word.
I'm a bit dopey this morning, more than normal.
Go.
So has it got a sign that says you are here on this map? That'll take us most of the day. Those dunes aren't going to get any smaller.
No.
We should make it through to the Hay River track today. Everyone's working like a real team. We're just about all spot on ready at the same time. We're not in any hurry. It's about 8:45. That's South Aussie time. Actually, that's a good point. We're now in Northern Territory, but it should be the same anyway. But anyway, time to mount up. Wagons roll. But geez, I slept well last night. I was pretty tired. You know, 110 k's doesn't sound like much, but it's so easy to get a little bit carried away. And I just got to back off a bit. Just burn myself out. Still got a long way to go. Don't need to get tired and make a mistake. It's not the place to be doing it. Another dune is fresh dingo tracks though. Yet to see those camels though. To get to where we want to go today, it's probably about 80 k's, which will probably take us the best part of 7 to 8 hours. Obviously if I wanted to just do it on my own ride, and I could do it, you know, probably 3 or 4 times as fast, but it's all about working together. And it certainly couldn't do this the way I've done it without the guys, and I'm very much appreciative of it. Well, the footy field, 5.49 kilometres. Wonder who's playing. Lee's actually up on the sat phone now, just trying to get on to Adriana Downs, I think the place is called. He's got their phone number. I just ring him just to make sure, just find out whether it's open or whether we've got to head down along the Hay River track. Either way, it's not going to really worry us, but it would be nice to do the original Madigan Line right through. Apparently camp 16 or 19, I think, onwards on the original Madigan Line is still flooded. So we're going to have to head down the Hay River track. At least now we know what's ahead of us. So onwards it is.
You copy, Steve? You can hear us?
Yeah, mate, gotcha. Loud and clear. We'll just get into a rhythm and try and keep it as smooth as we can. I think it's a bit easier for me to get into a rhythm than in the vehicles. The vehicles are just swaying left to right non-stop.
I tell you what, Ben, if the Birdsville pub has one of those riding bucking bulls, after this, I'm going to give it a run.
Sand's definitely getting softer. So momentum is definitely your friend, but I'm just going a little bit easier today. just to conserve the body a bit, because we've still got a long way to go. We're literally only crossed sort of the halfway point yesterday on the Madigan from Mount Dare to Birdsville. I tell you what, if they made a 500, a reliable 500 in this sort of bike, I'd be over it, all over it. Because just that little bit more power would be good, just to lift the front end when you need to, without having to really crank into it. If you want to work out, it's certainly the place to come. This should be Camp 13. Certainly is. I might just go and sit up over here. That'll do. Dig her in, buddy. Thank you very much. Oh, I'm just sitting under this tree, just short of Camp 13, waiting for the rest of the crew to roll up. And I just thought I'd run you through how this radio, this UHF handheld I've bought before the trip, specifically to connect to the helmet, because it actually has a Bluetooth connectivity. It's the GME XRS-660, and overall I've been pretty happy with it. I've got a press to talk Bluetooth button mounted on the handlebars, and it actually connects up quite well to the Cardo system on my helmet. The only issue that I've been having is the audio to me. In other words, my speakers just shut off. They can still hear me talking through the microphone in my helmet, but every now and then, yeah, I stop hearing them. It's not a deal breaker, and 90% of the time it's working, and hopefully it's just a firmware update, whether it's on the Cardo or whether it's on this GME unit. But overall, it's been an absolute bonus to be able to hear what they're saying. I feel like a copper with a radar sitting behind the tree.
Yeah, I see you, don't worry.
I wonder you blokes.
I think you got the best tree here too, Steve.
Well, the dunes are getting smaller and further apart. Vegetation's gone back to less trees as we slowly but surely get closer to the Hay River track. I've got my suspension pretty well dialed in now for the day. May have to change it a little bit, but overall she's getting the job done. What's over this dune? A little bit of a left-hander, onto the right-hander, back to the left-hander. Ducking trees. Ooh, a little bit of a jump. Woohoo! See this? That little right-hand bend that will be ahead of us should be about the Hay River track, I reckon. Yeah, looks to be within 10 k's, sort of thing. That sounds about right. Come on, girl, get me there. You want to do it that way? Flooded it, mate. Second, that'll be wide. Actually, I think it might even be in third. Sorry, girl. I'll let you take this in. Look at the colours of the flowers on these flats. It's pretty cool. Camp 14. Whew. Well, I'm just going to sit down over there and wait for the others, because I've got quite a way ahead of them, so it could be best part of an hour. Whew. Camp 15, here we go. think it's only 3.5 k's between Camp 14 and Camp 15. I think I've got a fly inside my visor. That's not going to cut it. Oh no, he's taken off. They seem like little speed bumps now. The dunes, that is. Most of Madigan isn't corrugation, it's actually just lumps up and down non-stop, and your car's sort of left to right pitching. But that's all part of it, part of the fun, part of the experience. Here we are, Hay River Track. Camp 15's down here. Don't know if you heard that. I said Camp 15's down here, another 300 or 400 metres.
Okay, thanks, mate.
So we're on the Hay River Track now, on our way to Camp 16. Is that right?
Yep.
Yep. And it's different. Certainly different to the tracks we've just been on. There's plenty of gum trees around, lots of small shrub stuff around, quite a few patches of flowers in here too, which is pretty good.
But I do have to remember now that this track is no longer one directional. So I'll stay to the left where I can. So I think it's about 17-18 k's to Camp 16. Pretty cruisy run down through here. That is now, but it's dried out. I don't think it would be like that if it was wet. So far I'm loving this Hay River Track. I think we're coming up to the turn off to the left that we wanted to do, the continuation of the Madigan Line, but as I've already said, it's washed out ahead, so this is going to be our baby, the Hay River Track, which I'm quite happy to do, to be honest with you. Look out, this could be Camp 16 and the turn off, I'd say. Very close. Yep, road closed. This will be Camp 16. Right. That's the way we want it to go. Oh well. Good job. I haven't already said it, Camp 16 is where the blaze tree is, and also the turn off to the original Madigan Line. Geez, I hope the colours are coming through in this video. It's absolutely magical. And if it looks extremely red in the video, trust me, it is. Ooh, yeah, the front tyre gets enough slide, but it digs in and it saved me quite a few times, I tell you. We've just pulled up for the night, this will do us. I'm not going to be fussy.
So Ben, we're on a relatively smooth track so far. Just left camp this morning, had a good night's sleep, good feed last night. Everyone's ready to go?
Yeah.
So where we headed, Ben?
Down to the QAA line.
Down to the QAA line and then to Birdsville?
Yeah.
It's looking good.
I'll tell you what, I don't reckon they could make a racetrack, a desert racetrack, much better than this for bikes. It's absolutely awesome. If you wanted to fang it, you can. The legs are warmed up. trying to make a bit of distance.
Ben if he wanted to see my Rain Man impersonation. He was quite happy to see it, so here it goes. Bump coming. Bump coming. Bump coming. Bump. Oh, bump. Bump coming.
This Hay River track is fantastic. As I said, it's awesome.
So we've just been up a couple of dunes and Jenny has decided to jump in the hot seat. So she's driving, making Don quite proud. She just come up her first dune and she's pretty happy with herself. We can just imagine Don. He'd be hitting his straps at the moment. He'd be
loving it. I'm loving it. I've really got the suspension well dialed in now. The little girl is loving this stuff, it's chewing it up. Look at that old girl go, it loves it. We'll back it off. Whoa, woohoo! Park it up the top, I think. Oh no, the next one, it's bigger. Have a drink. Get a bit of height. Listen out on the radio, see if anyone else is around. Oh, this sand is like powder now. Oh man, if you haven't done the Hay River track and you love bike riding, motorbike riding that is, you got to do it. That's some of the best fun I've had for a long time.